guys, it's Silver, and if you weren't already aware, we exist on a blog where questions are sent our way and we do our best to answer as many of them as we can. And a couple weeks ago we had a question sent in that caused a lot of feelings in us, but in a good way, and we ended up writing a very long response which I continually have been thinking about. So I decided I really just want to read the question and the answer for you guys and bring what I wrote into the YouTube sphere, because I think it's important to talk about these sort of things, and I honestly couldn't have worded it better than I did in that post. So without further ado, I will be glancing down a lot because I'm quite literally reading from my computer, and I hope everyone enjoys this video and learns a little bit from the message. Okay, so today's question is, I know a lot of people say that being a system is really hard, but we don't seem to mind it. Switches are super easy for us, we've always had fairly good communication from the start, we all like each other, and our gatekeeper makes it really easy for us to switch only when we should. Is this normal? Is this a sign that it could be something other than DID or OSDD? I guess I don't hear a lot of people talk about experiences like this. And to that, this is what I have to say. This is a subject that I have a lot of feelings about. It's true that a lot of people, especially within the DID-OSDD community, go on and on about how horrible DID and OSDD is, how you had to experience horrible trauma to have it, and how every moment is strenuous, and they cry themselves to sleep every night wishing that they were a singlet. And it is true that this is the experience for some folks. Every system starts at a different place, and some have to work from the ground up. But with that, every system starts at a different place. Just as some systems start with zero communication, some start with very easy communication between members. Some systems start off hating each other, and some systems care about and protect each other from the start. The mindset that DID and OSD is something that everyone has to always, every waking moment of their days, for everyone, is something only to dread and hate every aspect of, and is a disorder that brings you only misery and pain. That is a mindset that was extremely damaging to us. We were a system that started with zero communication, but almost no tension between alters. We always have been, and very much are, a team that's in it together. Convincing myself as the host that my system was something to be feared, and that DID was a horrible curse cast upon us, did nothing but harm me and my alters and hinder our healing process. Having this mindset just made it take that much longer for me to accept my alters for who they are and start loving all of us as we are. And I'm not gonna lie. While this mindset mostly came from external societal stigma, it also came from these systems either on YouTube or on Tumblr or Twitter, anywhere in the community, talking about how this disorder is always a horrible thing to have. I still see posts like this, and it breaks my heart because you can learn to work together and improve your situation with your system. It doesn't always have to be horrible between yourselves, and the thing is, it shouldn't be. Believing that pain is all there ever is and can be is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Anyways, it's safe to say that I don't mind being multiple. I don't mind having alters, and most days I actually love them, because my alters are my family. It's true that having PTSD and repressed trauma and flashbacks and daily dissociation isn't too great, but at this point I can't change what caused that to happen. And because I can't change any of that, it doesn't make any sense to hate everyone else here in this brain, because I can't make them go away with a snap of my fingers. So I might as well embrace it. We work really good together to manage our life, and I'm so proud of my alters, and I appreciate what they bring into my life every day. It would be a lie to say that I hate having OSDD. I hate the PTSD that comes with it, but in no way do I hate being part of a system. My alters have never been the problem, and they have never caused an undue amount of stress that greatly exceeds interpersonal issues. They've always been there for me, and I can't appreciate that enough. So in conclusion, while some people do experience DID to be a horrible disorder all the time and fight with their system and say it's something they wouldn't wish on anyone, it would be inaccurate to say that that's all it ever is, for everyone. Systems are varied, and at the end of the day, they form to protect you and make sure that you function together better as a whole in society, in spite of your trauma. There's systems out there who work wonderfully together, appreciate each other, have good communication, and don't mind existing the way they are. And that's okay. It's okay to acknowledge that our community is varied and isn't always centered on constant, unending, traumatizing, disordered experience. Learning to love my system and to enjoy existing the way I am with the rest of my system as my family was the best thing I could have ever done for healing. So yeah, the DID-OSDD community is widely varied, and you're not alone in what you experience. There is a consistent narrative that to have DID, it must be continually traumatizing and continually horrible, and you must hate it and yourselves, and that hasn't held true for us. I enjoy being part of a system with my alters, and I don't mind being multiple. Yes, PTSD exists, and sucks. But my alters, switching, sharing a life together, watching Iris learn to express herself and make friends with other younger system members, chatting with Lorianne over evening tea, you can tear the love of my family from my dying hands. I love them, and I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And to quote Mia Mingus, if we don't love each other and ourselves, what good is any of our work to get free?